Here's the great man, Joseph Stalin. He has killed many people, and they used to call it, those years were called the Big Terror. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Suprabhatam.
And that's when some of them found these bubbles on the floor, on the ground, and they drank the water and they felt good. And some of them having tummy ache also got cured. That's when the news reached the emperor himself. The temperature here is -8. So I'm fully covered. Luckily there isn't much wind, which would make the situation worse. It's manageable. (1783 to 1983). I think this shows 200 years of friendship between them, or their history. Is that the lake?
Yeah.
That's the lake.
This is more small water dam, brother.
What is the history of this place?
This is Russian and Georgian friendship monument.
This is very old or new?
Yeah, it's old one.
It's old, right? Because I can see 1783 and 1983. 200 years.
Yeah.
So we are heading back to the car. So after this we'll be going to have our lunch. It's 4, but yeah, we are still having the lunch. Then we'll be going back to Tbilisi, back to our stay. Good morning, it's 8:30 in Georgia. So we are all set for the adventures for the day. The driver gave us a tip that before 8:30 if we leave, there won't be much traffic. Else there might be a bit of traffic and we'll lose some time. So today we have a long journey to go. Let's get to know the places as we go.
Goodbye in English.
We don't say
Bye.
our language, right?
We use many English words.
Good morning, David.
Good morning, Suprabhatam.
So we are at the birthplace of the famous Joseph Stalin, and I'm pretty much sure we all know who is Joseph Stalin. So we can go inside, and I hope they allow us to record the video and see the history of Joseph Stalin and what is remaining of his legacy in this place. So let's go inside. So this is the parking area right opposite it. So yeah, let's go. And here's the great man, Joseph Stalin.
This is Stalin's house.
Small one.
Here in 1879 year and 21 December, born here Stalin, Joseph Stalin. Live here.
Yeah.
After that,
Then in the front side.
This is a small house. can go inside. We can't go inside. You can see this. Old houses here had underground. I think it must be to keep them warmer. Everything is sealed. You can see some paintings and all inside. No, not paintings, photos, wall frames. According to what I have read, I have came to that like he never came back to this place, Georgia. His childhood was here, and he didn't have a good past as a child. He had an abusive father, so that makes obvious why he didn't want to come back to this place. So after that, this place, he came here. He couldn't come here, but his people eventually accepted him after that and made his memorial and everything here. And apparently this is one of the only statues of him which is still here. The rest I have heard that they have destroyed it. I'm not sure if that's true. I have to fact check it, but yeah, for now this is the only remaining statue of him. This is the entrance to the museum. As you all know, I'm not good at reading Georgian language, so here we go, something and something, and here we go. This is a room in the ground floor with some pictures and all those things of Stalin. So there are things what his great torture towards people. Everything is written down here. There are some photos also in the local language. The writings are in local language. There are some of it which tells about the Stalin's policy, which was merciless. He has killed many people, and they used to call it, those years were called the Big Terror. 2 million people were expelled from the Communist Party. Some letter. And here they have brought his seat and his coats, cap, the communist symbol. And if you know who is this, please do drop a comment. He's a very famous personality. And there is Stalin. I think it's pencil art. And there is this room. I think this sword. It's a bullet. Torn jacket. Not sure who's it. It's mother. Not sure. And there is this room. Oh. The main tour is upstairs, so we are waiting for the guide. So once the guide comes, we can go up and we can hear from them some history. Till then, let's see some photos. So this is our guide. We're going towards Stalin's history.
This place is packed with history, controversy, and some seriously bizarre artifacts. Let's get started. First off, this museum is massive. It's got 3 floors of exhibits, and it feels like stepping into a time capsule of Soviet era. The vibe here, intense. Okay, we are starting with Stalin's early life, born in 1878 in Gori, Georgia, which was initially under the old Russia. He grew up in a tiny wooden house, the one that we saw outside. Here we have got photos of young Stalin, his school reports, and even some of his poetry. Yes, Stalin wrote poetry. Who knew? Next up, we got the Rise to Power section. This is where things get really interesting. There are original documents, propaganda posters, and even weapons from Russian Revolution. Now check out this, Stalin's personal belongings. We have got his iconic pipe, his military uniform, and even his desk. It's surreal to think that these items were used by one of the most powerful and feared men in history. This room is filled with propaganda art and gifts from world leaders. There are paintings of Stalin looking heroic. He actually looked good as a kid. Even grown up, he was fine. And this place is all about Soviet era souvenirs. We have got everything from medals, flags to old newspapers and photographs. It's like a time machine back to the USSR. Okay, this is creepy. Stalin's actual death mask. It's a plaster cast made right after he died in 1953. It's kind of haunting to see his mask face up close like this. Definitely gives you chills. Visiting the Stalin Museum was definitely a surreal experience. It's a mix of history, propaganda, and a little bit of creepiness. Whether you see him as a hero or a villain, there is no denying his impact on the world. So, what do you think? Should we visit more controversial historical sites like this? Let me know in the comment section.
We did the ski mobile here. This was a little more cheaper. For 2 rounds we bargained and got 50. So it's all about how you bargain. And initially they were saying 40 and we reduced it. So we are going to the next destination now. So this is the main ski area of Bakuriani. We went to the beginning, the starting place where there was a small ski mobile. So we wanted that experience, so we went there. It was good. All of us played. I mean, we just had to pay 110 lari. So yesterday for one person it was 150 lari. So comparatively it's better. It was 2 kilometers, 150 lari for one vehicle. So this is better. So last year they hosted the world championship of this freestyle ski, snowboard and free ski. Another interesting fact is Borjomi and Bakuriani are together hosting the international youth winter Olympics or European Olympics championship next year. So I think this place is pretty famous for this thing, skiing, apparently, which we are not doing. So we can watch people do it. So he's going for take 2. Okay.
Fawaz? അങ്ങോട്ട് പോലെ
Fawaz, walk. Walk, walk, walk.
മതിയോ മതിയെങ്കിൽ എടുത്തോ
Walk, walk, walk. Walk, walk.
വീണ്ടും മാറാം മതിയോ വഴിയൊക്കെ
Can you see this heavy wind? It's just like desert sand dunes. This looks like a school bus. FJ Cruiser. We're heading back to our car. It's very cold and I forgot to take my jacket. I didn't expect this weather. So we are here at Borjomi. Here Borjomi, it's famous for a hot spring, sulfur spring. Not sure, it's carbonated water, natural. So we are going to explore it. So I'll show you the place. It's beautiful. It's Christmas. So Christmas is here. So we are going towards the hot spring. We met two police officers, so they asked us to follow them. So yeah, I think they'll light this up as it gets darker. So this is what it is called, Ekaterina Spring. This is pretty. So we have reached Ekaterina Spring and my father is already checking the water out. Very healthy water, good for the tummy. I liked it. Is that this all started back in the 18th century. In the 18th century there was this some people discovered this water and found out their medicinal benefits and started using it, and due to some reasons it stopped, and again as a new life when the Tsar army, they tried to regain this place from Borjomi from Ottoman Empire. That time they had to stop here nearby in the Borjomi Gori forest, and that's when some of them found these bubbles on the floor, on the ground, and they drank the water and they felt good, and some of them having tummy ache also got cured. That's when the news reached the emperor himself, and he took his sick daughter to this place and they drank the water and she got better. Her name is given to this place. The Katerina Spring is under her name. I don't know if I spelled it right. These names take some time. So it was found near this river bank, some area, and they preserved this area. Now I think due to this, if you are getting used to this, drinking this water, then you will be fine. But I tried it and I couldn't succeed. But I can see another people from here filling it in bottles and taking it home. Different people. So this is a very long walk. Not too very long. It's 3 kilometers and it's snowing there and we are late. So we are heading back home. So this has medicinal values according to people, and it is also, they have a bottling plant, water bottling plant, which they purify this. I think the color and everything they change it, adding some chemicals. This was the one we had when we were in the shop nearby, restaurant nearby. So they were telling us it's commonly used everywhere in this locality. So that's about the water. Let me show you some more of this place before we go back home. It's all lighted. lit. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe my channel, drop your comments, like, share, hit the bell icon. Thank you. Have a nice day.